So this is part 2. I'm just talking about AEW Wrestling. I am not feeling well, but I just love to talk about wrestling. So let's get into it. Now, I want to talk about the Hurt Business, okay? I want to talk about the Hurt Business, but before I go I'm not going to go that deep into it, but I'm just going to talk about what happened in that past week. I do want to talk about Max Caster in the Acclaimed, because he has been kind of getting very, very, big ego right now. Like, he is getting really cocky. That's great to be confident and all, but he's getting a big head. Right? And so on Collision this past week, he challenged Swerve. He said he's disrespectful, and he challenged Swerve. And mind you, Max Caster is calling himself the best wrestler alive, right? And so then we go to Wednesday, Dynamite, and you see the Acclaimed, and they're trying to convince him. Billy Gunn and Bowens are trying to be like, nah, bro. I'm not even going to say Bowens. I'm going to say Billy Gunn, because Billy Gunn was like, you're crazy. You cannot be going out there. He's a dangerous man, right? And then Bowen went, and he was like, you know what? You keep saying you're the best wrestler alive, right? Go out there and prove it. Go out there and go against Swerve. I'm not going to change your mind. If that's what you want to do, then go out there and do it, right? And then, of course, Swerve wiped the whole floor off with him. But I just wanted to kind of talk about that, because it does have to do with the Hurt Business. Because Max Caster's big ego right now is happening because MVP really, really wants to have him in the Hurt Business. And so he's feeling himself, right? Anyway, after that match, Swerve was like, I'm not finished with you, Bobby Lashley. So we still have something going on there as well. Now, going into the Hurt Business this week, love the Hurt Business. Like I said, they have been doing a good job. MVP is amazing as their manager. It's great. And then, we had Sheldon versus Kyle Fletcher at Dynamite, right? Now, Kyle, he cheated. Of course he cheated. He's smart, though. He used the ropes to get the pin and then ran away. But then backstage, MVP was like, what is this? What the hell is this? You lost. We're here, and what's our business? To hurt people. So why didn't you hurt that man? And, and then Sheldon went crazy. But I'm just saying all that to say that I love this storyline. How it is so far, I think they have all been presented great. Sheldon has he has a place in the Continental Classic, and of course us fans appreciate him because he's been here for a long time. So the Hurt Business is doing a really, really good job. Now I wonder if they are gonna get a new member. I wonder if Max Caster is gonna join their group, Mercedes Moné, Leo Rush and Andrade, Action Andrade. Sorry. So there's a good amount of people here, and the only reason I'm adding Action in there is because he was working with Leo Rush. But I'll talk about that later, because it could just be Leo to join the group. But there is room for people, and MVP has been looking for people. So I'm excited to see what new members we get for this group, because there has to be new members. Why give out your card all the time if you're not going to get a new member? And so I just like it. I like everything about it. Right? And so then after this, we have, I want to talk about Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, the Undisputed Kingdom. Yes, the Undisputed Kingdom, and the whole storyline. Not my favorite storyline at all. I know it has to do with MJF. I know they've had to change it, but I feel like it's so convoluted. You didn't have to make it that difficult. I feel like sometimes simple is great, especially with a storyline that was changed so much because of things that were out of their control. And so I feel like, for example, Adam and Kyle should not be arguing. They shouldn't be arguing. First of all, Kyle O'Reilly should have faith in his friend Roderick Strong could have beaten MJF. Did Roderick beat MJF? No. MJF destroyed Roderick, not in the match, but first he pinned him, and then he destroyed him after the match. And none of his friends came out to help until after MJF had already hit him. Had already, hurt him over and over again. And so that I'm not going with, because if Kyle, you really cared, you'd have been out there earlier. Adam, this isn't your fault. You're a grown man. Roderick is a grown man, and Kyle is a grown man. That's why I don't like the storyline. It makes Kyle look like he doesn't have faith in Roderick Strong. And then Adam is over here like, oh, I don't want no one else to get hurt. Listen, people are adults. This is a wrestling show. What are you talking about? Anyway, I don't like the storyline. I will say that we finally got Taven and Bennett to talk. I feel like I haven't heard them speak in so long, and they were just trying to convince Kyle to, to let them finish what they started with MJF, not to get involved. Did Kyle listen? No. No. Him and Adam actually joined the Diamond Battle Royal specifically to go after MJF. I don't mind this story if it had just been simple. Like I said, all you had to do was put Kyle and Adam and talk. And not talk about how it's someone's fault. They could have been like, you know what, MJF sucks. Let's both join the the Diamond Battle Royal, so that we both have, so that at least one of us can get, it increases the chances of one of them being able to go after MJF. But for some reason, they decided to make it very unsimple. They really did. Anyway, so they joined the Battle Royale. Now, the Battle Royale itself was great. It had a lot of different stories. It had a lot of different, it had layers that I didn't think it was going to have. Because when I first heard about it, I'm like, there's 12 contestants, but do they have any storylines together? I don't know. I was not that excited. I thought Adam and someone else was going to be at the end. But anyway, and let me not go ahead of myself. They joined to go after MJF, and the Battle Royal had a good amount of stuff. Like it had, I'm going to do a little side note and then go back. But I really want to say I have been paying attention to what has been going on with Top Flight, Lio Rush, and Action, right? Andrade. I've been paying attention. For like a few seconds, they had to join forces because, Moxley was trying to kill all of them. But Moxley is distracted now. And so now we're kind of headed in the storyline that we were originally. Because in the Battle Royale, Leo and Action had the same outfits. Like, they were matching, but Top Flight wasn't matching with them. And the people who actually eliminated Top Flight was Lio Rush and Action. And they're supposed to be, like, their friends. And so I'm paying close attention to that because, like I said, Lio Rush, I think, might join the Hurt Business and bring Action with him. Or maybe not. I don't know. But I thought that was very interesting. Now, going back to what I was talking about with Adam and O'Reilly. Now, the MJF storyline, he hired the Don Callis family to take care of Adam Cole, And so they were in this match. Archer was in this match, and Brian Cage was in this match. And you had some of the conglomeration because, Kyle O'Reilly is there. And then you had Romero with him as well. And then, you had Adam, and then you had the Butcher. So there were, there was a good amount of people in this match, but there were storylines intersecting, right? But at the end of the day, the last two was Kyle and Adam. And so those two are going to be going each other to face MJF for that ring. How do I feel about it? We could have gotten here simpler. I already told you the storyline didn't need to be like this. Look how long I had to talk about it. It didn't need to be like this. But anyway, we got to where they wanted us to get to, which is Adam versus Kyle O'Reilly. And I think it's going to be a good match. That I will say, at least the matches are going to be great in this feud, even if the story is not. But anyway, moving it along, let's talk about Hook and Christian Cage. I have loved Christian Cage in AEW. He is such a good heel. He has always been great, and I just love that we get to see more of his greatness. Like, he doesn't ever get such a big stage to show what he can do. And so the faction that he is, the Patriarchy, seeing them come out, he has that contract, for the AEW title, AEW World title that he can go ahead and use at any time that he feels like it. So he's in a really good position. But right now, even though he's always in the background of the title scene with the stories and stuff, because of course he's gonna have to sign that contract eventually. He's actually right now feuding with Hook because he beat Taz, who's Hook's dad, right? And this past Wednesday on Dynamite, Hook came out here and he called out Christian Cage. Because he's like, I don't want to face Nick Wayne. I want to beat you up. You're the one who hurt my dad. But he went alone. I guess he ain't got no friends, because let me tell you, every single member of the Patriarchy came out there and beat him. Not only did they beat him, they did a concerto on his hand. And so they injured him too. So I don't know if he's going to just if Christian Cage is going to try to force Hook into his group by a stipulation. I don't know. But the storyline itself is very, very interesting, because this is the first time that someone that Christian Cage wants as his group don't want to be in it.